Please rise to the Pledge of Allegiance in a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Rayanna Muse.
Hey Bulldogs, I'm Aiden Kelly, and it is good to be back.
And I'm Carrington Andrade, and this is Code Blue. If you did not like the way your picture came out, don't feel bad. Look at Jason's. But if your picture happens to be worse than this, Picture Retake Day is November 9th.
Have you ever wanted to experience the Big Apple, stroll through Central Park, shop in Times Square? If you're a junior or senior, you can. We will be going to New York in April. Please see Miss Grant ASAP if you're interested.
Attention all high school students, Powder Puff is coming up before you know it. Be sure to keep a lookout in your grades email, in your grades Google Classroom early next week for more information. Everyone should mark their calendars for November 19th to see which class takes home the trophy.
Now, for the sports section with our newest correspondent, Chuck LaRossi.
Hi everyone, I'm Chuck and welcome to sports. Hopefully Mr. Gorman doesn't cut me short this week. The boys soccer team season is over. Their final record is 7-10-1. The girls soccer team has made the playoffs after a strong season with the final record of 14-5-1. Their team is a second seed and they're facing Bishop Connolly. The Bulldogs football team is coming to an end this season with a record of 1-5. The season record for the volleyball team is 15-7, which has secured them a tournament spot. They're going into tourney as a 7th seed, and their first game is against Bristol Plymouth. That was sports. I'm Chuck LaRossi, back to the big man in the studio.
Thanks, Chuck. Last night's varsity football lost Raynham 40-28 in a tough game. Jaden Radcliffe with 1 touchdown, and our very own Rasai Banks lead with 3 touchdowns. And in his first start for the varsity football, Dwayne Thompson threw a total of 125 yards, and Alvin Yvonne also added a 70-yard fumble return.
As Chuck said, we have 2 tourney teams this year. Volleyball hosts Bristol Plymouth at 5 p.m. today, while girls soccer hosts rival Bishop Connolly at 5 p.m. tomorrow night. Ticket prices for both games are $5 for adults and $2 for students/seniors. Good luck to both teams.
We'd like to take a moment to talk about something we feel is important at Code Blue, voting.
Voting is a way for everyone's voice to be heard. It doesn't see color, sex, or sexuality.
According to a recent poll done by NBC News and Grand Forward, less than a third of people ages 18 to 34 are definitely voting in the midterm elections next week.
Voting does matter. Although it seems like your vote is a dime a dozen, when we all come together, we can make remarkable changes. With that in mind, let's take a look at the questions on the ballot as well as your thoughts.
Hi, I'm Carrington Andrade, and today I'm here with the Civics Club.
I think yes, because if nurses limit the number of patients they can have, then they'll have more time to work on individual patients and they won't be as much stressed.
I should vote no on question 1 because I feel like it's not appropriate for the government to get involved with the number of patients that nurses can take care of.
How do you feel about question 2?
I feel that citizens should have the right to have their own beliefs, other of what big corporations think.
I think that that big corporations should be limited on the amount of advertisements they could do.
Why do you think that?
Because most of the advertisements are based towards kids, because normally kids are watching what they're doing and they don't know any better.
All right, thank you. do you feel about question 3?
I feel that we're all human. We should all have basic rights. And just because you're different than everybody else, that shouldn't determine what you can and can't do.
Well, everyone should be treated equally, and doesn't matter your gender, you should be able to use the bathroom.
I think what she said too, because it's not really fair, because it's hard enough for people to come out as transgender, so I think it's not fair to do that to them.
Do you think there's any valid reason why someone would vote no on question 3?
They're uncomfortable with having someone else in their bathroom that may be different than them.
In today's political climate, it is very important that if you're 18 or older, you should vote. It is important because you decide who represents us in our state. It is also very important that you vote on the important matters we face today in our country. And those were the opinions of many students in Holbrook Model High School. That's it for today. I'm Carrington Andrade. Back to the studio with me and Aiden.
Thanks, Carrie. As many of you know, there's a mock election emailed to all of us yesterday, and we have the results right here.
The results are... So the senators who ran were Elizabeth Warren, Jeff Deal, and Shiva Adari. And the winner was Elizabeth Warren by 60%. The governors who ran were Baker Polito and Gonzalez Pelfrey. And the winner was Baker Polito by 64%. Question 1, the no vote won by 73%. Question 2, the yes vote won by 59.9%. And question 3, the answer was yes by 75%.
Thank you all for voting, and now let's see what Rasai is up to for Rasai Hits the Block.
You are a bus driver, right? Then at the first stop, 4 people can get off. The second stop, 8 people get off. Then the third stop, 2 people get off and 1 person gets on. What are the color of the bus driver's eyes?
Oh, yeah. Yellow, because the bus is yellow. I don't know. No, just kidding. I don't know. I'm like, can you ask the question like a little bit?
You sure?
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
5 seconds.
Blue.
You sure?
Yeah. Or green, because my eyes are green and they're the best.
Smart man.
Yeah.
What? That color, it said nothing about colors of it.
You sure?
Yeah.
Are you positive?
Oh, yeah.
Because the bus driver is you. So what's the color of your eyes?
Brown.
There you go. Mr. and Mrs. Mustard has 6 daughters.
Okay.
And each daughter has 1 brother. How many people are in the Mustard family?
Okay, so 6 daughters, each one has 1 brother. So that's 7. And then 2 parents, so 9.
They each have 1 brother, then there's 1 brother. There's 6 sisters, which equals 7, plus 2 is 9.
Smart girl. What has a head, a tail, and is brown with no legs?
Brown with no legs. I don't know.
It's something that people never ever use to pay with.
To pay with? A penny? Oh, okay.
OO.
Sir.
USWTDNEJR. And what does that spell?
I haven't the foggiest idea, man. What does it spell?
Just 1 word. Just what word?
Just what word?
Just 1 word.
This is not... Someone teach this man what a riddle is. I'll give you a riddle. A box without hinges, key or lid. Yet inside, a golden treasure is hid. TikTok.
I don't know.
It's good for breakfast.
Good.
Come on now. Scrambled.
Eggs?
Hold on, what? Hold on, what? This is the worst segment ever. Cut it out, kid.
Thanks, Rasai. Now on to our new segment, Did You Know?
Whoa, wait. Check out this fact. Did you know that the 57 on the Heinz ketchup bottle represents the variation of pickles they once had? Man, that's a lot of pickles. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you again, Chuck. Unfortunately, Jason's walking from Hollywood back to Holbrook, so be prepared next week when he makes his return.
Last month, we all vowed to make Holbrook Middle High School a value-up school.
As a school, we should not be afraid to dream of a school where everyone is accepted for who they are.
We believe that we can be a school with respect for one another. We are willing to say that differences strengthen us and will not divide us.
Please join us here at Code Blue by spreading this message. And always remember, you and those around you always have value.
That's all for us today. I'm Carrington Andrade.
And I'm Aiden Kelly. See you next Friday, for real this time.